am on a mission to bring back home cooking in 2025, and today we are making spaghetti and meatballs. First things first, for the meatballs, we want to go ahead and chop up some fresh parsley. This is a step that like you really don't want to skip. So we have some right here. Make sure you clean your herbs because they are seriously like so dirty, it's gross. So make sure you give them a good rinse, dry them out on, just like lay them on a towel to dry, and you're good to go. And I don't use the stalks, I just toss them. Stalks, stems, I don't really know what it's called. Give it a little chop. Once you have that chop, just go ahead and set it aside in a bowl so that it's ready for you when you make your meatball mixture. And honestly, this, I would not skip the fresh herbs. Like if you can, the dried just aren't the same. So for the meat today, we're using Parker Pastures grass finished beef and pork sausage. And the key to this is having everything like prepared that you need. So we have the cheese, salt, pepper, all that jazz. And I need to get in there, so I'm gonna get rid of the hair tie. Gloves are great for this. I don't like to like touch the meat and get all in there just with my bare hands. So roll up your sleeves. You're gonna get a little bit messy, which is totally fine. And we're gonna get into it. So I have everything prepared here. Just gotta crack the egg. So we're gonna use 1 egg, salt and pepper, fresh garlic. You don't want to skip the fresh garlic. Again, garlic powder, not the same. And like, get a lot. It's really good. Makes a lot of flavor in there. Breadcrumbs. We're gonna start with that. Cheese, freshly grated, Parmesan. And like, don't be shy on the cheese. My grandma and papa always said, like, load it in there, okay? Freshly grated is definitely best as well. And we talked about the parsley, have that fresh in there. And this is just gonna be so good. Now's the fun time. You can see why the gloves really come in handy for this, because I don't wanna get my fingers all up in that, you know? You really just wanna mix until everything is nice and combined. You don't wanna over mix, because that can definitely make it tough. And no one wants a tough meatball, you know? Oh, it smells so good. I've also seen people mix this in like their KitchenAid mixer, so you could do that. If you didn't want to get your hands in there, I would just be careful not to over mix. So like have it on like slow and like stand there and watch it, because if you mix it too much, again, it could be tough. Honestly, I'm probably gonna just throw the rest of everything in here. So if you are doing this, oh, I just spilled it. Obviously, your hands have raw meat on them. So don't touch anything that is not gonna be cooked in this. So, yeah. Breadcrumbs, we're just gonna finish that off. Honestly, we're gonna do the rest of the cheese too. These gloves are a little big, but we're rolling with it. Like, what's happening? Oh my God, it smells so good. So I might have lied to you guys. Once I mix this, I might take the gloves off to roll them. Oh my God, a squirrel just like jumped out of the tree. And I prefer to cook the meatballs in the sauce. You can pan fry them too, which I do like that. It just tends to get a bit smoky in the house, so like you really want to be able to open your doors, I feel like. But putting them in the sauce, that means you want to make the sauce early. Like it's best to make it in the morning and then just let the meatballs sit. They like soak up so much of the goodness. Brandon really likes it like that too. Or you can oven bake them, but I would say in the sauce is my favorite. Okay, that's good. My hands, the gloves are falling off. Here we go. See, it's all mixed. And then we can start forming them into balls. So honestly, these gloves are coming off. Can't do it. So if you want to just get after it like me, the gloves are off, full send. Again, you just want to like form them into a ball. This is about a good size for me. And then you can just pop them in there so you don't have to dirty another bowl with raw meat. Give it a good little mix. My papa said maybe don't try this, but he said he used to like taste this when it was raw, like a little, to see how the seasoning was, but like, I just don't know that that's something I want to do, so we're just gonna stick with the smell test. It smells great. I feel like people are a bit intimidated by making homemade spaghetti and meatballs. And honestly, once you have a good like recipe down and like you just use really fresh ingredients, like I said, the herbs, the garlic, cheese, all that, good meat, you're gonna have a really good meatball. And the great thing about it is, yeah, like you might make a lot and you're gonna have a lot of leftovers, freeze it. You just put it in the freezer. You can put it with sauce, without sauce, however you wanna do it. And it's such an easy meal to have like later in the week, just like ready for you. You just take it out, defrost it. You can do like meatball sub, you can do spaghetti and meatballs again, whatever you wanna do, super easy. Or you could just invite people over to come enjoy your spaghetti and meatballs with you and have a good time with some sauce, meatballs, wine, whatever it is at home. Bread. That's a big guy. Mamma mia, that's a big meatball. Oh my god. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Good size. There's like, it doesn't look like there's that much meat in here for this bowl, like it's not that big, but there's a lot. I think a lot of meatballs. And I don't like them like huge because I want to be able to eat like the whole thing. Like I don't want to have like these giant ones. Plus, if they're giant, they're gonna take longer to cook, especially if you're doing it in the sauce. So, like this is a really good size. I don't know what exactly the size is, but yeah. Like a golf ball? I don't really golf, but it looks like the size of a golf ball. Maybe a little bigger. I guess. I think that's like the size of a golf ball. I play putt-putt more than I've never golfed. Top golf. Also, pro tip, you want your meat to be like very defrosted, because if you ever like, I've done this before where I was like, oh man, I forgot to take the meat out and defrost it. So it was like defrosted, but still like freezing. Like it wasn't frozen, but it was very cold. And your hands, oh my God, it's like painful. Like mixing it and then making meatballs, it's literally like frozen. Like your hands are just freezing. So I would let it come out to like room temperature or so, or just like right below room temperature, so that way your hands are not frozen. And they actually say like if you're pan frying it or whatever, like any kind of meat honestly, that you want to let it sit out to heat up so it's not going from like cold from the fridge onto a hot pan. So just for like anything like that, it's a good tip. I just love how you can see the fresh parsley in this, the garlic, the cheese, like it literally smells so good. And some people season their breadcrumbs, which is totally cool, but since I already had all those other seasonings I put in here, I'm like, it's all going in the same place, right? So if I season the breadcrumbs or not, the whole thing's getting seasoned, so save myself a step. So sometimes this happens at the end where it's like little. You can either make like a mini one or you can just add it to some of the smaller ones. Sometimes I do that because I don't really want a mini one. Just add it in, make some of them a little bigger. And there you have it, meatballs. All right, I gotta wash my hands because it's gross. Making sauce at home is so easy. All you need is a good bit of olive oil in there, really cover it, let that heat up. Then we're gonna go back in with more fresh garlic, never too much garlic. And I'm gonna go ahead and just dump in the cans of crushed tomatoes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My guy wanted to spit up at me here. All right, now that it's cooled out a little bit, go ahead and put all your crushed tomatoes. I usually do 4 cans. A little bit of salt and pepper, about a teaspoon of sugar. Give it a little mix. I didn't know this until recently, but my grandma always added a fresh red bell pepper in there. And honestly, now that I know, it really adds to the taste and the flavor. Trust me on this, it is so good. She also adds in some water to loosen it up a little bit. So I went in with that. Give it a good little mix. So we just really want to let this simmer on low as we get the meatballs done. Okay, all the hard work is done, so now we're just gonna put the meatballs into the sauce. You can let them sit for the entire day if you do it in the morning, or you can do it for like an hour and check them. So let's get them in there. Look at that. All right, now it's time to cook the spaghetti. The water is already boiling. We throw the whole thing in. No breaking the spaghetti in half in this household. it'll fall. You can also just give it a little love tap, you know? All right, it's been simmering for hours, and now we're gonna finish it with some fresh basil, and we'll be good to go. You wanna tear the basil like this so it can keep all of its flavor, and then just finish it so it doesn't all like cook out the flavor too. I always put it at the end. I mean, look at that. I don't wanna spill it out of the bowl here, but incredible. Let's try the sauce. Oh my God, so good. All right, now for the meatball, the moment we've all been waiting for. Look at how beautiful. All right. Oh my God. Wow, 10 out of 10. Wow, I think the pork is a little spicy, which is amazing, because I usually put something spicy in there. This is so good. You already know. Dip the bread in the sauce. We're just gonna do it right from the pot. All right, go try it out for yourself. So good. Parker Pastures meat is incredible. Love it. These meatballs, 10 out of 10.